Welcome to Basketball Colorado. I am your host, Matt Langley. We are looking at the Centennial State Grandstand that was here last weekend out at Cherokee Trail High School and Foxridge Middle School with over 170 participants at it. Mailbag question number 2 comes from Devalier Johnson, who asks, what under-the-radar prospects really stood out and raised their stock? And then he has a follow-up of what prospect that was already pretty good raised even more on your list. And we talked about mailbag number 1, how I'm not necessarily changing rankings based off of one weekend in June. I'm going to collect data and watch as many games as I can between now and the end of the summer and make my rankings then. But there was definitely guys that stood out to us. So in the 2020 class, I don't consider him under the radar, but he's not in the top 10 currently, is Owen Kuntz from Centaurus. He plays his club ball with the Colorado Titans. Really like him being at 6'6", athletic. That stood out. It was easy for him to get to the basket. He had good finishes around the basket. And then what really, I think, caught a lot of people off guard was how well he shot the ball from 3, and his mid-range jump shot was falling too. So especially on Saturday, he had a really good Saturday. Our other guys that kind of stood out to us are from the 2021 class and one from the 2022 class. Quickly, it was Eddie McPhee from George, who plays with the Hawks. Darian Hammonds, also from George Washington. He plays with Colorado United. Both of those guys, I think Eddie just has a really good game and such a good feel that he knows exactly what he needs to do. He can be a good rebounder. He can knock down outside shot. He can knock down mid-range. He's a good finisher. Just has he doesn't have to have the ball in his hands a lot so to make an impact. So I really liked how he fit in with his team and the things that he did for them this past weekend. With Hammonds, it was the simple stuff. He kept it super simple. He played hard in his defense and got turnovers or got out in transition and was able to finish layups consistently. And that really, really made him stand out. And then our other 2021 that stood out is Aaron Jacob from Chaparral and plays club with Boykins Basketball Academy. And you can really see him being much more comfortable. And he didn't have like great scoring games, but it was like the shots he took were good and his release was good. And he was able to get to the basket a little bit. And he was around the ball, making things happen and just not standing back and kind of trying to figure out where he belonged. It's like he understood he belonged and he was getting after it. And just always seemed to be doing something good. And then our 2022 that stood out to us was Jeremiah Coleman, also Chaparral. Really showed off some great ball handling and great feel for the game, had some nice passes, good finishes. He's going to be one to keep an eye on for sure. And then as far as the guys that are already pretty good that we already know, guys that just kind of, like Graham Ike, it was really easy to see, like, he's the most dominant big at the event over the weekend. Javante Johnson and Dominique Clifford, the two guards from Colorado Springs, Johnson from Cheyenne Mountain, Clifford from Vanguard Academy, or not Academy, but Vanguard School. Both of those guys, it was just like they were playing at another level, and they weren't playing down to anyone else. It was like, we're here, we're going to show you how good we are, we're going to play hard, we're going to do good things, we're going to do smart things, and you guys have to kind of raise your play to play with us. And I appreciated that. It's like they weren't taking any prisoners, so to speak. It was just like, we're here to do this, and we're not going to waste our time. And it'd be great if more more players would show up to showcases like that. Ike was kind of the same way, really. And no one was stopping him. Just so physical, strong, nice touch now. I think it's just really he set himself apart from the other bigs as far as his ability to finish around the basket and really control the lane. So that's our look back at the Centennial State Grandstand. Thanks for the question, Valier. And we'll talk to you soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do all that other stuff you do with these vlogs. We're on Twitter at @bball_co, and we'll talk to you soon.